What's going on, guys? Today we're going to do a tier list for Season 10 of Apex Legends of all the legends. There's been a lot of conflict on which legends are meta, which team comp is meta, which legends are better now from their buffs, which legends are bad from their nerfs, which legends are affected by the other team's legends nerfs. And let's get into it. So for me, I think the meta legends would be Octane because of his pad. You got Gibby because of his bubble, and you got Bloodhound because of the info he gives you as you're rotating or running up to a building, trying to decide which way to rotate endgame to grab a building before they're taken. Gibby, because of his bubble, is very useful endgame, and if you get ulted by another Gibby or Bangalore, you can just remain inside his bubble and hold the high ground or whatever while the team's trying to knock you out with their ult. And then Octane is just very useful because he's one of the very few legends that allows movement for the entire team and just not either one teammate or just yourself. A tier legend, I would say next would be probably Pathfinder. He's close to a meta legend, but since the zip line you can kind of get beamed off of as a team if there's a team waiting for it. That's why I rank him below Octane. But as far as solo movement, the grapple is very useful. He's one of the legends, very few legends that can move vertically instead of just horizontally. And if you're low on low ground and you need to pop a bat or something, very easy to just grapple on top of a building. And as long as they don't have like a horizon, or if it's another Pathfinder, you're basically fine. They can't get up there by the time you hit the bat. And the only other character that would challenge you would be maybe Revenant, because he can climb, but if he climbs, just look down and laser him in the head, right? So I think that's why he's a very good A-tier player. I suggest using Pathfinder to players that are doing solo ranked, because you can just get in, get out, get away, get into places where other legends can't. He's a very useful legend as far as running solo. A lot of people have been switching their mind up on Wraith this season. Her Q got nerfed a couple seasons ago, and people started not liking that nerf and didn't use her as much. But her portal has become more and more useful this season, just to get inside buildings or rotate the team across covers without being able to get shot from the portals. Revenant right now, I think he's not being used as much. I haven't been seeing a lot of Revtane uses that often or anything, but he's definitely still a good legend to pick on a team, because he's able to just do the silence and hold the teams in shock kind of. As soon as you hit someone with a silence, they start getting nervous. They can't use their movement to get away. If you see a solo Octane or something pushing ahead, thinking he'll be just able to Q back or stim back to his team, you hit him with that and you triple jump on him, and you're automatically at the advantage after that with a 3v2. And in Apex, that's normally the turning point in the fight, and you can clean it up right before a third party comes in. But he's definitely a B tier legend, because without Octane, he's just really good for his silence, and his ult's still really good, but you normally get sent back and you can't even get back there before they at least half heal, if not full heal. That's why you got to use the Octane pad to jump right back in before they heal. Wattson, I think, is a F tier. We're gonna get rid of this E tier. I think Wattson's just F tier out of all the defensive legends. Her fences do stun, but her fences are easily destroyed unless put in the right spots. And I just think Gibby's bubble's better, and then Caustic is even better. I'd put Caustic at a B, because his ult is just a stink grenade. I mean, you can push someone out of a small area, but as far as a big area, they're still there. I think a good buff for Caustic might be like he would have clear vision in his own gas or something, because when you throw that gas grenade, you really can't see anything that's going on. Bangalore, because of all the new buffs to other legends, I put him at like a D, maybe not an F, but definitely at a D, because all the scan legends that people are running, they're running Bloodhound, they're running Seer. On top of that, you got the digital threat that you can see through the smoke, so you never know if you're coming up against an enemy team that has digital threats and you're just going to get beamed through your own smoke. But I think she's getting more and more useless because of her Q, because with the smoke it's supposed to be used as cover, but if you're able to be seen through your own smoke and you can't even see through your own smoke, it makes it a hard time for you. Fuse, I think, is becoming more and more of a high tier, like mid tier legend because of his ult. Now you can lock people in the ring as always, but now it actually scans them, so your teammates are automatically aware as soon as you catch one inside your fire ring. You can carry double the grenades. Like you can just shoot people off of high ground, like in thermal. If they're up top, just shoot a bunch of nades up there, shoot your ult up there, and automatically they're down from the height, and you can retake it. Horizon, I put at a C tier. Her ult's good if your team has grenades, but at higher levels, your ult basically gets shot out instant at higher ranked games, because the teams are more aware and able to shoot and able to destroy the ult like right away. Lifeline is just a good support player. I think she's good like bronze through gold for anyone that wants to play support and isn't as confident in their own skill and wants to help out their team. Can just easily get the quick res as you're still covering their body. Loba, I think, is a B tier as well. Just her ult and everything allows your team to always have ammo, or always have shields, always have nades. So basically your games are very consistent. You always have the same loot, same guns basically. You can choose whatever guns you get. You always have attachments, everything. As far as getting you prepared for the fight goes is good. She still has her Q, which is her bracelet, so you can port out. It's a 30-second cooldown though, so very slow compared to Octane or Path. So if you're going against any teams that have that, obviously you're going to be easily chased down. But like I said, her ult is basically the important part. You're able to support your team with everything they need for a fight, and then it's just up to you guys to carry out the fight and win a 3v3. Crypto, I think, is a D tier just because I think people really underuse him, and the people that do use him just stay in the little freaking Nintendo Switch too long. They just don't even help you out in the fight. They be scanning people, and by the time they come out of the drone, both of you guys are already half HP, and they did nothing. I think Crypto's best use is for after a fight is done, he throws out his drone immediately and just checks the banners around the map, around your area, to make sure that there's no squads in the area and that you can loot freely without getting third-partied while you're looting someone's box. Rampart, I don't think is useful at all until endgame. Once again, a defensive legend. You're not really going to stop anyone from doing anything. In higher lobbies, they're going to just chuck nades at you and everything and just blow up your walls, so not very useful. I think Valk is also a B tier legend because of her movement, her ult. Especially on World's Edge, you can just go around the map on the outside to get better position instead of going through the pinch points and everything, because there's a lot of pinch points on World's Edge. I think Seer, even after the after the nerf, is still an A tier legend. He still has his ult that really helps the team in a whole fight. It lasts long enough for you to be able to finish a whole fight and have walls basically the entire time, as long as they're moving. And Mirage, I think, is a C tier, maybe a D. I think I put Lifeline to C, and Mirage at a D, just because his res, the invis, and then if you use his alt right while the enemy's low, you can get the 2 or 3 free shots while they're bamboozled or discombobulated on where you went since you turn invis. But that's about it. Let's see if I would change anything. So you got Octane. I think the best meta comp team is this right here. There's Octane, Octane, Bloodhound, and Gibby. You can switch out Octane on the team for Pathfinder. Wraith instead of Octane again, but again, I still rather have Octane for the pad and the team movement and the vertical movement opposed to just the portal. I mean, the portal can be vertical, but not as much of a surprise attack as just padding on someone's head all 3 at the same time. And Sarah again, you got the alt that shows everybody throughout the whole fight basically. Revenant, I think, is just good for his silenced, and by himself, his alt, depending on how close you're able to put it without them realizing that you're ulting on them, is a good use. You have a second life basically. Caustic is just good to hold rooms. Caustic's good to hold rooms where Gibby is good in the wide open or even in rooms because of the bubble, and that's why I have Caustic as a B tier and Gibby as a meta legend. And then Fuse, Loba, and Valk all basically are able to either get you into places, help your team loot up, or get teams to get out of a place. Horizon's just able to get you on top of buildings quick, block doorways with her Q. Lifeline's able to get that quick res off in lower lobbies before the players get too good and just target you or target the guy that you're trying to res. Bangalore, like I said, I think is a really low tier legend right now just because there's so many scan legends that are out there that they can basically see you through the smoke, especially if they have a digital threat, and you can't even see through your own smoke, so you're basically blinding yourself and causing yourself to be at a disadvantage. Crypto, I think his only good use is to check the banners to see if there's anyone around in the area after you wipe a team so you don't get thirded. Mirage, Watson, and Rampart, I don't think have any true perks to them compared to any other legends. Like, they do hold buildings down and stuff, but compared to Gibby or Caustic, I think they're lower than them, and I would rather have a Gibby or Caustic on my team than a Watson or a Rampart, to be honest. So, without further ado, that's my tier list. Do you disagree? Do you agree? What would you change? And if you have made it this far through this video, make sure you like. And I'm going to be doing more tier lists, posting highlight videos, posting tips. I do shorts as well, so you're always going to get shorts from me. And you're probably going to get 1 or 2 videos a week from me as well. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.